Mass.
Yes.
Okay, now, by popular request, some more Ken no Riai. I did quite a lot of it recently. Let's do it again. Who came to the Ken no Riai, the last one we did? Alan? Keith? Anyone else? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Alan and Keith, please. So, we're going to start with the uras, which is where we didn't get so far. There are only 3 of them. This is the first one. Left leg forward, but that's not really important. What is important is that. And then that. This is Irimi Nage. It'll become much clearer as we go along. The really important point is to put the hip into the blade. So when I'm cutting Keith, if you haven't, come close please, when you can actually hit me. So we don't do it like this because it's dangerous, could be dangerous. So we agree to make it long. If that doesn't make sense, that's the reason. Right, so it is hip and hip. And you're supposed to do it in 1, 2. So he swings up, I cut him, he cuts down, I cut him, without a pause. You'll need a pause to start with, but what we're fast as you can now. That's what we have to work towards. Okay, so groups of 3 please. Mass. The footwork must be precise. Okay. Now this is the most difficult of, there are 3. This is the most difficult of them. You step forward, that puts you in left-hand knee, and then you turn your hips strongly. That foot remains there. The second one, okay, you step there, that's before, and now that foot goes there. That will be kotegash. And the third one, this foot goes all the way round. Shiho Nage. You must be precise. So the one we're doing, 1, now, you started on your left leg. Mass. Exactly the same thing. This foot doesn't move. It's still there. It isn't there. It's very important to get this distinction. Up and down. Show me which. Hey! 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 3 techniques, 3 different footwork patterns. We'll come on to why it's important with a ken once we've got the footwork back. But what we must try and get is that foot doesn't follow the ken. Have the ukis, please. It's all on the left side. Hey, nice. We're still not 100% on the footwork. It doesn't move. Next point is now, when I'm going back, it's like here, here. It has no resemblance to a lift and chop. Now, if we're doing Irimi Nage, you don't go clunk. What you actually do is that. Stay there. It's very similar. So you've got the aspect of the turn and the aspect of the pushing cut. The whole point of this, not so much let's go out and pretend we're in a feudal battlefield, we know what to do, but if you get in a habit, this is very much ken into taijutsu, and some of the feelings to make really good taijutsu you can only get from using the ken in certain ways. So to say, with Irimi Nage, what makes a really good Irimi Nage, okay, we sweep to the rear. Wrong. I mean, it looks like that often. You actually completely ignore the man. Aye! You cut to the rear the way we're doing with the ken. The impact is remarkable. And we'll do it when we've got the footwork right. I mean, keep talking about the footwork, but also we should have two cuts. Aye! I mean, a cut, a cut. This is a blade, and I go, that's a cut, yeah? So a cut doesn't have to mean a chop, or a swinging of the ken. Anyone puzzled yet? Okay. When we did it last, we started with kotegaeshi, and that took most of the practice. But that's the easiest one. Yes. I need a volunteer. Who can show it beautifully? Okay, Yasmina just volunteered. Ukis, please. Just stop after the first turn. Stay there. Stay there. Yes, don't worry. So everyone stay, please. So, it's not too bad at all. The only little thing is it should be the hanmi should hold a talent. A lot of us had turned and weren't even finding hanmi. It's much easier if you really focus, thank you. If you focus on your hip turn, and you also have to sort of feel where is the other person. So here, see my handy is pointing where that uke would be. Not there, but not in a handy. Here. And then these are not small points. And feeling where the man is. So if I turn and I want to cut to Jermaine, my handy and my ken are there. And if the next move was there, so be it. Okay. Smash. No blocking. Okay, now. Forget what you already know about Irimi Nage. Okay, Winston's going to... I'm going to start in left kamai. To this version. And Winston's going to reach for my lapels. And I am going to cut someone who's standing there. Aye! Let's do this in a slightly silly way, but silly because he's not going to reach for my lapels if I'm holding the sword, is he? Perhaps he's been drinking. So let's just do that a few times. Just as a training exercise. Ridiculous otherwise. I'm off the line, I'm focused to the rear. We'll just do, without even another interruption in the class, do that a few times. And now we're training in twos. Do that a few times, and then, to benefit from the practice, feel that there. This is the ken. Taking the root of the arm, and then twist here. See, a very bad way of doing the Irimi Nage is to come like that. Clunk. Don't move. Clunk. Clunk. No, it's there. Sorry, Win. Feel what you did with the ken in the taijutsu technique. Right? And please don't suddenly start going on. 1, 2. Smash. Are you believing in the cut? That's the bit I'm anxious about. It's going to be like, it's your mind, you cut with your mind and with your body, with the feeling of the hips turning. It's not a matter of putting your arm there, like that. You've got to have that feeling, like it's got nothing to do with this person here. Nothing whatsoever to do with that. You see what's happened? And that's all I thought about, was that. Here. Here. I'm sure we can advance more quickly if we can take these points deeply on board. I think when I do certain of these techniques, that's exactly what I visualise. So cutting the person behind me. Doesn't matter. Many aspects other than this to the use of the ken. So, Shiho Nage, this is upswing of the ken. There's downswing of the ken. But if you completely cock up the thing you're doing, that you have that, think of it that way. Exaggerate. Make the most of it. It's psychologically probably a very hard thing to accept that say he does say a vicious Munetsky, and I cut the man behind me. But look at my position now. And all I thought about was cutting the man behind me. Very hard thing. Because what do we think? He's going to hit me, I'm going to stop him hitting me and hit him back. Oh, yeah. So, make the most of the practice. Enough said. Smash. Obviously enjoying it. Okay, so just remember, I know I said emphasising the cut. That's not an Irimi Nage position though, is it? So I know somehow I'm contradicting myself a bit. But we should have an entry and a cut, which is actually what we did. Sat out of this one. Where we had the left foot back. Now the left foot is forward. Because this is very important. Thank you. Yes. Now, Shiho Nage, Irimi Nage, Shiho Nage. We're only doing it one side to keep the image of the sword clear. Point. So here is the cut to there. Now I continue the feeling of the cut all the way around. The completely wrong way to do this is sweeping like this. It's very easy for Uki to escape. The feeling of centre to Tegatana, the hand blade, does not change. You can vary the amount of circle. I won't go into that now. But look. Now, hip turning into Tegatana, cutting the man where? Where is the man? Okay. Easy to say. Irimi Nage, Shiho Nage. But Ken style. Smash. Colin, please. Now, you don't attach yourself to the arm. When I'm coming in, what we seem to have is a feeling that I'm attached to his arm, asking him to go in a circle. I come in and I attach myself to him. He's caught in here. The arm's irrelevant. And then I'm turning my hips. It's the same. He's caught in here. Take a tana. Never can do a technique like that. I didn't do anything. Not clean. If I try and stronger, I try. No. Hey, four. This. Cutting with the head. Oh, yeah, okay, Richard, please. Now, cutting in the arm, attached to Richard. I'll get to about here. My feet are just planted. Now, hips, take a tana, contact, 8. Foot's moved. We're back where we were. Hey! See? It's like you do it a second time to move his feet forward of his head. So you do this once, and that's continued, and then again. His feet are right forward of his head. Nothing to do with the arm. The arm just functions as a trap. Anyone not understand it? Okay. I'll go to the cafe early. So now you can move your foot. This is Shiho Nage Ura. Whole turn. That foot is now back. And then, but notice I brought my hand knee towards Alan. Thank you. The really important thing is the cut to the rear. And also not here. And then top of your head switch. But the feeling of the cut is what we'll use in a few minutes into the Shiho Nage technique for the Ura. So let's put the cut in. So you really twist your hips. The blade cuts. The same hip twist that moves this foot applies the strike. Please emphasise that. Yes. We're drawing very clear lines. Irimi Nage, Shiho Nage, Kotegaeshi. Although I don't think we're going to get to Kotegaeshi. They're very important lines. So, hey, to there. Not there. There. So that's left handed. And then as I turn, right hand. Most we were talking about cutting, but precision of hand knee is also a very important aspect. So, it must come all the way back. Yes. Well, what am I going to say then? Of course that is wrong, but you can understand it because you're preparing for the twist to cut. But what you should cock is your hip, the preparation, just before you make the twist. If you like, by exaggerating it, that's of course left me open. I like to be behind my sword point. Just a touch. If you're standing like this and try and do it, you sort of use a very wooden feeling. My feeling is I cock my hip, which is really very small. Here. Oh, you can see it there, I think. You probably won't see it when it's... Hey! No. Food for thought. Mass.
Onneks was.
The ken gives you small micro movements also, which are invaluable in the taijutsu, but you can only get them from the ken. Mass. And we just do it on the one side to get the mirror with the ken. Right, so, not even that. Aye! This is absolutely essential. You cut the man behind you. Aye! You see his balance is broken, he's extended. You often see it done sort of like this, and he's far too comfortable. This doesn't grab initially, it's fed here. Aye! And here, that position. We don't want to end up like that. Hey! Believe and feel in the cut. This is the essential part. Here's that little bit at the beginning. Aye! Thank you, Right. The first point, Shiho Nage, you basically hold the hand. Now, what I'm going to do first is incorrect, but I'll explain it later. You do not hold the forearm. You surround the joint. So, I've got about, I've got about half, literally, 2.5 fingers on his hand, 1.5 fingers on his forearm. Right? And then when I make the move, as I turn, it slides onto his hand, so I can wrap his hand up like this. I don't want to be on the forearm. Okay? Now, as he grabs me nice and strong, and I grab him back, what's that? Let go. Kosadori. People always doing that to me. Right? So, yeah. So we prepare to take, but then the cut, aye! And this comes on just after. And it blends into the extension that we need. It's here. Of course he can pull his hand away, we don't want to give him much scope, but aye! It's in the cut. Not really, it is in the cut. Just grab. It's trouble. It's a funny thing, isn't it? We spend a very large amount of our time in Aikido dealing with being held. And then we do techniques. We've already taught the counter to them, or practiced the counter, if we hold. But very rarely should you actually hold. Ways of gripping, like Ikea. Hold it, no. Hey! Milk in a cow sort of grip. Anyway, a bit short of time, so. Smash! One of these days I'll just put Imran in charge of the line. We'll see what happens then. Morgen, goedemorgen.